Okay, welcome back. We're on the second ASM hunt video. Uh, my good friend watched the last video and told me my camera was way too low, so this time it's higher. I'm sure if it's not high enough, he'll tell me again, but I think it's a little better. Last time we went over some books we had to start the selling, and we set our goal, which was going to be an ASM 300. Of course, this budget is separate from my normal comic budget, so if I see an ASM, I'm still going to buy it out of that, but I'm not going to spend out of this pool until we buy that 300. We started last time with $20. I'm going to pull this down real quick. And the first thing that happened before I did anything else, I listed that Mark Spears book. And after taxes and eBay fees and PayPal fees, it sold. We made $146 on that, and then we also sold the Teen Titans 44, also on eBay. I used eBay. I don't have a platform otherwise to sell right now. I know there's Whatnot and there's Instagram sales. I try not to use Instagram, especially lately, or Facebook. And so eBay is what I have. And I may try to do some stuff in the other places. I guess I could use YouTube. You need kind of people to know that those exist. So when you sell on eBay, you're going to get hit for about 20% of the fee. Whatever you sell it for, you're going to lose about 20% of it. And then shipping wise, I do a flat rate shipping, and I usually lose about $1, or they pay a flat fee of $6.50 to get a book, and after I pay the shipping and put the book in a Gemini mailer and take some time and cut some cardboard down to fit in there and use tape and everything, I'm probably losing $1 on that. So that all is calculated in here. So that Mark Spears book sold for, I think, $175 was the actual price, but this is the after all my fees and the shipping and everyone else is paid. And then also the Crisis number 7 sold for $7. So so when you take all that together, we were at $210 in the account. So we started with 20 and some books, to be fair, one of which was just random luck that I had and jumped that number up a lot. But that's kind of the way this is going to go. If you go somewhere, and I've got some books that I've bought here I'm going to talk about in just a second. You can find some books that aren't necessarily books for you, although that Mark Spears was a book for me, just not at that price. Although I'm really happy he seems like a nice guy, and it's cool that everyone's kind of figuring out he exists. It's bad for me to get the trading cards that I missed or other books, but that's the way it goes. So I sold all those, and I'm at $210. So after that, so I went to an antique store in our area. I went to a bunch of times, and they had a few books, and so the first is Batman 426. I paid $5 for this, and so it was the Death in the Family first issue from that little series with Robin. So got that one to get listed. Still listed from before as the Snyder Batman run. I actually just got it listed a few days ago. I just was busy and didn't get around to it because it's a big lot, and I haven't put a big lot up like that. So I bought this Dark Knight 3 Master Race by Jim Lee. It was $3. This was, I don't know, it's like a 1 in 50 variant or something crazy. It has some damage and stuff down here, but at $3, I thought, you know, I might be able to get 10 out of it. And you know, that's how you, at least especially at the beginning, like I have $210. I could go buy a, you know, I could have waited it out and found a book that was a big key, and then sold it and maybe jumped, and it's maybe less work, I don't know. But I was the places I have here, I live in, you know, where I live is a rural area. You got to kind of grind it out, so it's more difficult to find things. Next, you know, I had sold that Crisis and maybe I didn't sell Crisis number 7. I just have it listed on here. So I think actually what happened was, that's right. So I guess technically we were at like 203. I found 5 of these Crisis number 7s, which is the Death of Supergirl. And so I've already listed one and sold it, and I got $7 for it, and I paid $2 each for it. So again, you know, so I made $5 right there. So I spent 2, I made 5. So we had a gain. In that same lot, I had this Crisis Index, $2, $2 for a number 6, and then they had 3 copies of Crisis number 2, and all of those were $2 each. And then I went to a different store, and this one came from a little comic book store I was in, and they were having a sale. So ignore this. So this was Alpha Flight number 51, Jim Lee's first Marvel work. So that was $3, and then all of the rest of these were $2 as well. So this Hercules Prince of Power, there's a Hercules show coming. This is Tales of Teen Titans number 2, which I think is the first Vigilante, as the new. This book got. Let me quit pulling it away here. This book got really expensive for a minute. I think it's this book. Maybe I made a mistake. Which is another thing. Like, sometimes you're gonna make mistakes. Especially, I'm kind of new to the buying and reselling part. It just has to be done in order for me to get some of those Spider-Man books I want. But I think so. As the new Peacemaker show starts to come out, this will probably go back up, assuming it's correct. I got Ravage $20.99, so I know Doom $20.99 and Spider-Man $20.99 typically sell pretty well. The number 1s, they have the the foil cover and whatever. So they had this Ravage and this one, which has the artist signature right here. They were both $2, so I decided to take a shot on them. And again, at $2, if those are like Doom or Spider-Man $20.99, they're not going to be as much as those. But even if it's like in clear $7, we're making $5. And if you sell 100 books at $5 each, you're getting pretty close to that ASM 300. And then also this Fantastic Four $2.96 was $2. This is the Marvel 25th Anniversary Collection. A lot of people collect those, including me. I almost have the full collection I want. So when we put all those in there, all the different books I bought, you come up with our new So we have a lot of books to get listed and start selling to keep moving up. But right now we have $168 in the account and a lot of books to list. And again, we're working towards that ASM 300, and then from there we'll select another big ASM book to keep going. I did purchase, like I said, a couple Spider-Man books. I was at a work convention in the capital of our state, inside the convention center where it was at, there was a comic book store. So I went in. I bought this Amazing Spider-Man 189 for $19. I'm a little frustrated with myself with it. There's a small tear right here that I did not see. There's a ding, and then there's a little crinkle down there, and I was okay with those when I saw those, but I didn't see this little tear, so that knocked it down a little bit. You know, it's really nice and clean. Otherwise, it's still, you know, probably a 7, but it was probably a 9 or an 8.5 at worst, and now it's a 7, so that was kind of a bummer. So kind of overpaid for it a little bit because I messed up. From the same store, I got this Amazing Spider-Man 796. It was $5. And again, these came out of my normal comic budget fund. And you know, some of these smaller ASMs that I'm missing, that's where they will come from. Unless I somehow, you know, get all the big keys, which is unlikely. So I've got 2 more in the collection. Next time, or maybe I'll make a video here soon where it's, hey, here's all of the, here's what I need and here's what I actually have. That would be more of a video on the computer, kind of a boring spreadsheet video. But I'm going to get these put away in the boxes and get these new books listed and posted up so we can get some sales. And I have some money. Just snowed a lot here, so I haven't been able to really get out a ton and go look for books to sell. So that's the ASM hunt update, and hope to see you again next time.